Hello, everyone. Tandy Elisala here. I am so excited to be here this week to talk about Oral Head and Neck Cancer Awareness Week. So this week, I'm going to be sharing, each day I have a different topic, and you can refer to my post on my timeline just underneath this video to get the entire list of topics. And, being a 4-time oral head and neck cancer thriver, I felt it was really important to share my story. Hi, Tom. Share my story, and B, to educate and help others that have gone through oral cancer or know someone who has gone through or is going through oral cancer. So today we're going to talk about some statistics for oral cancer, some signs and symptoms, so that you know when to get to the doctor. Oral head and neck cancer is unique in that all of our senses lie here, right? From our neck up. With our mouth, we eat, we drink, we speak. With our ears, we hear. With our eyes, we see. With our nose, we smell. So I have found that oral head and neck cancer has really wreaked havoc on all of my senses and all of those things over the years. And just briefly, the last time, hi Jody, the last time that I was diagnosed with cancer, oral head and neck cancer in 2015, it was stage 4 cancer, stage 4. And I went through surgery, chemo and radiation. And after my first round of chemo and radiation, I ended up in stage 4 kidney failure and had severe anemia, severe neuropathy, and many other things. And I had ended up with one of the 3 tumors being gone, and the other 2 remained. And at that point, I told my chemo doctor, I'm not going to go through another round. I'm going to heal myself. And so I spent the next 6 to 9 months, and I'll be talking more about that on Wednesday, about how Tuesday and Wednesday, or was it Wednesday, Thursday, how I really healed myself. So some statistics. This year, almost 50,000 people will be diagnosed with oral head and neck cancer. Interesting and fun fact. I'm also looking over here because I've got my phone going because I don't see comments on the actual Facebook Live. So just so you know why I'm looking back and forth. Some things that I wanted to share is some symptoms is oftentimes it will start with a red or white patch in the mouth or a sore throat. And those can be the first signs of cancer in the mouth or throat. Hoarseness or change in voice can also be the first sign of cancer in the voice box. For me, it was a sore in the mouth that didn't heal. It was actually like a patch in the mouth. It can also, other symptoms, the signs can be trouble swallowing, changes in your voice, a lump in the neck. Oral cancer often happens on the lip, the tongue, or the floor of the mouth, but it can also happen inside the cheeks, on the gums, or on the roof of the mouth. I experienced the first 3 times, I experienced it in my cheek and on my lip. And the fourth time, I experienced it in my sinuses, squamous cell carcinoma, which, by the way, makes up half of the cancers, the oral head and neck cancers. Cancers of the nose and sinuses are rare. Only about 2,000 people develop this. So sinus cancer should be considered when someone has frequent nosebleeds, numbness of the cheek, facial swelling, or pain, or continual sinus infections, which was something that I experienced. Let's see, sore throat, mouth pain that's not related to oral hygiene, of course, swelling and inflammation. So for me, what I experienced was the first time, this is another key point, my dentist, I had braces the first time, and I had just gotten my braces out, and I had noticed a patch of white something inside my mouth, inside my cheek, that wouldn't go away. And it developed over the course of a couple of years with the braces when I, you know how the braces like stick to the gums and stuff like that. So I had that, and my orthodontist, I brought it up to my orthodontist, and my orthodontist said, "Oh, it's nothing, don't worry about it." So I didn't worry about it. Fast forward a couple of years, thank God, that particular time it was slow growing. I go to the ENT doctor for a sinus infection, and he takes one look inside my mouth and says, "What is that?" And he biopsies it right away and finds out, sure enough, it's cancer. And it was just a white patch inside the mouth, and it just never went away. It didn't hurt. You know, it was there, and it was malignant. So after that, I became hypersensitive about all things in my mouth. You know, it never dawned on me that I would actually have cancer in my sinuses. Never, ever, ever dawned on me that would happen. First time I was diagnosed in 2007. Okay, the second time I had it on the inside the patch as well, inside the cheek, and also part of my lip. And I had an amazing reconstructive surgeon, let me tell you. Dr. Todd Hobgood in Scottsdale, Arizona is the bomb. I've had 4 surgeries to remove cancer, and I've had 3 reconstructive surgeries to help in protect the integrity of my muscles in my mouth and what have you. You can see, you know, a little bit right here, but overall, like, it was amazing experience. You know, I had some really great doctors, and the continuity of care was amazing. So the second time I was diagnosed, I had the patches in the mouth and a little bit of redness, and it hurt a little bit. The third time I had similar things, and I also had some swelling. The last time when I was diagnosed, as I mentioned, when I was when it was stage 4 cancer, I ended up with really this whole side of my face was seriously inflamed, and it was painful, and I had sinus infections that just wouldn't go away. And so that's a huge, 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 huge sign. So if you have sinus infections and they don't go away, they're recurring, or you have any kind of patches in the mouth, you have trouble swallowing, any kind of swelling in the face that doesn't go away, you know, if you have allergies and you're prone to that, and that happens, then that's one thing. But if it continues, that's definitely a sign that you need to get to a doctor. Now, who manages this? There's 2 options. One is the dentist. The dentist often is the one they're in your mouth, right? At least once, preferably twice a year during teeth cleanings, right? So with that, they should be able to find it and should be checking for it. If you're not sure if they're checking for it, I would ask them to check your mouth. A lot of them have devices that they can scan inside your mouth and check for cancer. The second option is an ENT doctor, preferably someone that does specialize in, oral head and neck cancers. Those are the 2 different doctors that I've used, and primarily my ENT. So I hope that this has been helpful. We talked about the stats for oral cancer, some of the signs and symptoms, and when to know when to get your rear end to the doctor. So tomorrow, I'm going to share the side effects of and causes of oral cancer. I'm going to talk about the side effects, and then I'm also, and then the following 2 days, I'm going to talk about how I healed and what stupid people, not stupid people, I shouldn't say that, what people, the stupid things that even smart people say to people with cancer, and how to avoid it. And then lastly, I'm going to share my 2 years post-treatment, what side effects I still have, and how I manage it. So I hope that this has been helpful. Tune in tomorrow, and if you know anyone with oral head and neck cancer, feel free to invite them to watch this broadcast. Take care.